Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a motorcycle racing TV show, Team Chicago Challenge. My email is teamdan45@gmail.com. My website is teamchicago.tv. I'm in Woodstock, Illinois, McHenry County Fairgrounds. We're here for Buzz's fall swap meet. I don't come and do many of the swap meets. You can see I set up and I sell some stuff. I got some Gary, I have, if you want to know everything that took place in the late 60s into the 70s, dirt track racing, my Gary Nixon 3-hour video explains everything. And I also sell a video about the Peoria history. So you can always go to my website, or you can always email me direct, teamdan45@gmail.com, and I'll give you the prices. I can send you out a copy of it. But we're here at the swap meet. I'm showing you one great TV show from the past. I didn't do any off-road racing this year. Probably going to find an off-road event, or we're going to find another great event. But don't forget my email, teamdan45@gmail.com. There are all kinds of sellers at one of Buzz Walneck's swap meets. This gentleman here has this great group of printed signs, metal signs. Some of this stuff is vintage, some of it is new. I don't know if he buys these signs or if he's manufacturing them. But this is one of the sellers at one of Walneck's swap meets. There's a rat pink on a 57 Chevy. And a cute gal for Mac Tools. I spotted another seller, besides selling some motorcycle parts. He's got this model of a military sidecar. I took a closer look at the engine. It looks like it's a BSA, so this may be a British model, good size. I should have asked him how much money he wanted for it, but he is selling other motorcycle parts. Another gentleman that I had a chance to talk to sells all kinds of little tools. I mean, there's always somebody's got something that you need at a swap meet, and this guy has got a great selection. So let's talk to Ken Branson and see how he's doing. So you asked me this morning, was anybody going to show up? So do you think enough people have showed up today?
Well, yeah, better than the guy inside said. He goes, "It's only going to get 10 vendors." I go, 10 vendors?
So how many swaps do you go to a year? You're a regular swap meet guy, right?
Shit, I don't know. Too many.
Too many.
Lost track of that one a long time ago.
You got everything here, right?
Yeah, look her over.
As I have stated, if you want to learn everything there is to know about motorcycles, there's nothing like going to a swap meet and talking to some of these sellers. And now we're going to head back to 1999 with the Hill and Gully Riders Summer Bummer Enduro. And we're going to head to the beach and meet my friends with Extreme Motorsports also. Roselawn, Indiana, and we're here for the Summer Bummer Enduro. In fact, this Enduro is put on by the Hill and Gully Riders, and one of the first guys I ever knew who rode Enduros, Ronnie Schneider, that worked at A Cycle World. He was a member of the Hill and Gully Riders, and that's 30-some years ago. So these guys have been around a long time, been putting on this Enduro for many years. This is my first chance. It's summertime, it's August 8th, and first chance I've had to ride an Enduro during the summertime. Let's go see what's going on in the riders meeting.
Start is over here, right behind the truck there. There's going to be a gas available here and a gas start here. There's a gas truck here. If your bike can't go 41 miles, we'll take the gas on that truck. There's a trailer over there. So that's pretty much it. If you don't feel like riding, you think it's going to be too tough, we'll give you your money back right here.
Are both gas available here?
Yes.
So the gas stop is
Gas stops here, the gas available is here, and the gas available out there.
Well, after the riders meeting, a couple minutes before the start, everybody is getting their bikes ready, last minute prep work. This is part of the scoring system of an enduro. They have little mini computers, route chart holders. This is a timed event. And the riders that ride enduros take this very seriously. There are district points available. If you live in Illinois, it's District 17. Indiana is District 15. And champions are claimed in the different AMA districts. And last minute running around, we're going to get into the start of the Summer Bummer Enduro from Roselawn, Indiana. And being a timed event, the way Enduros start is 4 riders can start on every minute, and they can start them up to an hour. And it's a timed event. You are scored by your minute. And as they head into the woods, I'll tell you, there's some tight woods there because they disappeared immediately. And now these are the riders on the 5 minute. So all in all, 240 riders can start within 1 hour. And you are scored on the trail. There's observation points. And then there's regular checkpoints. And you have to hit each checkpoint exactly on the minute. Most enduros run a 24-mile-an-hour average. As you see these riders getting ready, countdown, and they're off. Heading out into the woods. And now I have to get over and get ready. Find out which minute they're starting on. I think I'm right on time. The riders draw for their time to start when they sign in. So it's a luck of the draw. I'm starting on the 28 minute after the hour. Looks like a couple Yamahas are going to be starting with me. Looks like some new 4-stroke Yamahas there. See the rider in front of us. It's on a 27 minute. He's going to ride on his own minute. As he heads off. Now we got 1 minute to come up to the line. Get our first mark to show that we started. The scorecards are handed in at the end of the day. You lose points if you get into a checkpoint late. You lose a point if you get in a checkpoint early. You lose points. Wait for the countdown. And I head out into the woods. Boy, right away I could tell I am not ready for this tight wood section. Look at them guys in front of me. They are flat flying. So I have one expression. I don't have my dirt legs, meaning I haven't rode in the dirt since the spring. My WR250 Yamaha is running fine. In fact, this bike is better than I am. But I never get to ride too much in the middle of summer. And everything is green and grown over. So the trail seems very tight, and it is tight. Left, right, left, right. Now someone's yelling behind me, they want to get by. And that can't be someone in the next minute. That person must have been late for their start. In fact, these riders can't be riding that slow. Kill the motor, pulling over, being a nice guy. But that's one of the nice things about riding an enduro. You know you're going to have 4 or 5 hours of trail riding. Move ahead a little further down the trail. But you get 4 to 5 hours of trail riding, so the $20 entry fee doesn't seem that much. Like I stated before, you're working for district points. There's district champions for enduro. It's a very competitive sport, but it's mainly you put yourself on the edge. You're the one that wants to see how fast you can go. And trying to maintain a 24-mile-an-hour average, especially in these tight woods, this is quite a choice. Well, who do I see up ahead? Well, it's my riding partner. Let's go talk to Jim.
Viverito, who is probably one of my oldest friends from racing. Back in the old days of Santa Fe Speedway, he was a novice racer out there. And now he's now the co-host of Open Road Radio. And if you want to listen to Open Road Radio and you're not in the Chicago area, you go to the Auto Channel, www.theautochannel.com. Thursday nights from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, and you can tune in to Open Road Radio. Plus, Team Chicago, go to www.theautochannel.com. Team Chicago, our shows are on there. You got to download their video streaming software, but you can start watching some of the old episodes of Team Chicago. So, Jim, you got this new Yamaha. What do you think of this 250 4-stroke electric start? Is this the answer to every dirt rider's dream?
Well, I'll tell you what, it is for us vintage guys. You know, I've got the vintage bikes, but if you break one of those out trail riding or trying to ride a modern event, you're in trouble when the vintage events come up. So I bought a newer bike with newer suspension, get out and have some fun. That's all I'm doing is just having some fun. And I've only ridden the bike once. Today's only going to be the second time.
Well, we got you at Buffalo Range, and you were hitting the electric start, and I made a comment. It says, is this luxury or what? So you never rode in, have you ever rode an enduro with in the past? Or?
I rode one enduro probably over 20 years ago. I had a lot of fun, and basically that's what I'm going to do today. Just go out and go for the trail ride, and I'm going to keep going until they tell me it's over, until they tell me I hour it out.
In fact, that's one thing about enduros. You pay your $20 entry fee, but you know you're going to ride 4 to 5 hours, marked trails, and they're all over, District 17, 16, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan. And it's a good place to get into riding if you want to do something competitive and you have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's not a high-speed event where you have to worry about somebody running over you or knocking you down. It's more laid back, and especially the local ones. The national ones are a little more competitive, but a local event like this one, it's just go out and have some fun.
Well, Jim, I'll tell you one thing. These guys that ride enduros all the time, you wait and see how fast they are. They really rip in the woods. I mean, that's why here's my friend Bill Wilt and I have agreed how to ride enduros when you only do a few a year. You ride to the first checkpoint, maybe trying to keep 24-mile-an-hour average. From that point on, you just ride as fast as you want because you're not going to maintain 24 miles an hour.
Absolutely. That's like I say, that's what I'm here for. Trail ride, have a good time, and like I say, I'm going to keep going until they tell me, hey, you're hour'd out, go back to the start, or hey, it's over, you're done now. So, and that's what I'm here for. Everybody's telling me, oh, that bike looks too new. Well, I know it won't look new at the end of the day.
That's right.
As I continue on through this tight wood section, I tell you, I have to admit, Jeff Fredette is involved with the Hill and Gully Riders, besides all the other great enduro riders that are members of the club. So when they put on enduro, they're going to make it tough. Now we come into a observation point. Now this is not a checkpoint. This is not timed. They just want to mark to make sure you're not cutting the trails, because these trails are wrapping around, in and out. Follow the arrows. There, I can open it up a little bit. And these are some tough trails. I'm starting to pick up my speed a little bit. Not that great. Follow the arrows. Pay attention. Look out for the trees. Don't let a tree jump in front of you. But I also took a trip in Indiana to the best kept secret in Gary, Indiana, which is Lake Street Beach. My friends over at Extreme Motorsport invited me to come out and jet ski and go through a safety seminar with Christy Carlson. So it was at 8th Street Beach, ready to go jet skiing. Let's listen to Christy Carlson, multi-time world champion jet ski racer.
You can get a ticket just like if you were driving a car, and it will go against your driver's license in the state of Indiana. But really, on the water, we don't have lines, we don't have stop signs, we don't have lights at intersections. All we have is our common sense, our sight, our hearing, our all our senses are what really keeps us safe on the water. You have to be so aware all the time because it's always changing. And you also have to think that the other person doesn't know the right-of-way rule. The right-of-way is right, always to the right. Just like in American street system. If you always pass the oncoming car on the right. Same with the boat, or you know, right-of-way yields right. You always stay to the right when passing an oncoming vessel. Now, there's people that'll cross, do this stuff, not know, well, which way are you going to go? Because they don't know the rule of right-of-way. See, this is the whole thing about education. There's a lot of people on the water that don't have a clue. So, be a defensive rider. Use your senses. Yes, there is a rule, and you should expect that boat to yield to his right as you yield to your right. But maybe he doesn't know the rules. Maybe he's been drinking and boating, you know. So that's why alcohol boating is very foolish, because it dulls your senses. The very thing that will keep you safe on the water. The most important things. Never drink alcohol and ride your personal watercraft. That's the shoreline. Here to here, they have buoys. See those can-like buoys out there? They're the white, tall, skinny ones. That is 200 feet from the shore. The law says that you are not allowed to go above 10 miles per hour from the shore to 200 feet. And that's why they put those buoys out, because it's a swimmer zone. People are allowed to swim in there, they're allowed to scuba dive or whatever they want to do. So boats coming from shore and going out have to go under 10 miles an hour. And here's another technicality. You're not allowed to ride parallel to the shore within 200 feet. You are, and they will ticket you. They are very annoyed by this. They want, not even idling, that you are supposed to only go straight out or straight in, never parallel, and always under 10 miles per hour between the 200 feet zone. And so that's what we have. We have our 200-foot thing happening here, and then we're going to set up a little track, which is where I have a parameter, safety parameter, and that's to keep a protected environment so that we don't get ran over from a boat or something like that, and we can concentrate on our riding and not have to worry about all the other elements. I do have Ron Kurth, who is chief of the aquatic. The water's coming out at a force, and it pushes the back end around. So that's how the cornering of the boat happens. The water is sucked up through the bottom and flows out the back. So because like a fire hydrant, it flows that way. It's the force of the jet that makes the back end come around. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. So that's the reason why when you feel like you might run into something and you let off the throttle, there's no force coming out of there. There's absolutely no steering. So the best thing to do is to slow down way ahead of time so that you can get back on the gas to make your corner.
And as Christy goes out to give a personal lesson, I thank the guys from Extreme Motorsport in Hammond, Indiana for inviting me out to Lake Street Beach. I've heard it referred to as 8th Street Beach also, but this is the best kept secret in Gary, Indiana, on the east end of Gary, on the lakefront. You can launch your watercraft. It's a great place. As Christy heads out into Lake Michigan, we're going to head back to the Summer Bummer Enduro as I continue on my way. Like I said, this is big fun. This is the tightest woods. These guys, I got to thank the Hill and Gully Riders. They have laid out a great enduro. And it is a struggle. I don't know if I'm having that hard of a time, but it's just, I wish I had more time to ride events like this, to do enduros. But this is one event where age doesn't matter. You could ride enduros until you're 80. This is such fun. Get out and ride in the woods. There's a couple other people going to the beach, I guess. This is part of the campground. And these people are nice enough to let the Hill and Gully Riders to run their annual enduro in the Roselawn, Indiana area. They put together different sections. And I can tell you, this is one of the most challenging dirt events I've ever rode. And if I'm not doing any other racing next year, you know I'm going to be back. I think I'm going to go do a little trail riding before I come out, so I'm a little more ready. I made it over that log pretty good. Watch out for the tracks. Now we're going to move further ahead as the riders come back in to run the final section of the Summer Bummer Enduro. And as these riders come into the pit area, this is the gas available. We got one more section. In fact, they ride the beginning section again. Most of these guys are on time, so it shows how good some of these riders are that they can stay right on time. Might have dropped a few points. The 200A class, it was Neil Sharphorn from Grand Rapids was first. Jason Rogling was second. The 200B class, it was Jeff Tinzer from Indiana was first. Ken Jay was second. In the 250A class, it was Brent DuBois from Rochester, Indiana first. Matt Adams was second. Overall, Double A was Ryan Ross from Loves Park, Illinois was first. Joey Annabrusi was second. In the C class, it was Anthony Wadsworth first. Andrew Stokely was second. Open A was Scott Hoffman first. Daniel Bryant was second. Overall B was Timothy Maloney first. It's Open B. Jay McAllister was second. In Senior A, it was Roger McCormick first. Cam Bonham was second. Senior B, it was Ken Mills first. Bob Carpenter was second. Watch these riders waiting. They're right under a minute. And in Super Senior, it was Cornelius Sharphorn, who was first, and Rod Gorney was second as we watch these riders head out.
And how did I finish? I finished 14th in the Senior B class, and Jim Viverito finished 15th. Music for the show by Engine, Mike Priest, Intrigue, and Travesty, and all this music recorded at Fireside Studios, Westchester, Illinois. For more information on Buzz Walneck Swap Meets, it's walneckswap.com, walneckswap.com. Hill and Gully Riders on Facebook is Hill and Gully Riders for more info. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's teamdan45@gmail.com, teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action, Dan Schmitt Politics, to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winnemac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles, and you can buy Harley-Davidsons and Yamahas at Kirstein Cycle. And pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package. Go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois, but give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package. And here's a few Walneck swap meets coming up in 2026. Princeton, Illinois, Shepherdsville, Kentucky, Woodstock, Illinois, and Princeton, Illinois again. Remember, walneckswap.com, walneckswap.com. You will learn everything you need to know about motorcycles.